With roots in social justice, Padres&Jovenes Unidos is a multi-generational organization. The thrust of our work is organizing. It's having discussions in homes with parents, with students, having discussions in schools with administrators and teachers about a vision of college preparatory education for all students.
If you're concerned at all about equal opportunity, if you're concerned about civil rights, if you're concerned about the democracy or about our economy, it all begins and ends with a quality education.
The Freedom to Learn campaign is something that evolved from the parents and the students themselves, calling for the freedom to learn. And it's like a stool. Freedom to learn is the seat, and there's three legs that are the components of freedom to learn. One is college prep for all, that college is a right, not a privilege, and that all students within any public school district should be prepared to go to college.
Since 1991, Padres&Jovenes Unidos parents have been on the front lines calling for quality education for their children, and they've played a supportive role in the youth-led campaigns. Their impact on reform can't be overstated.
Para mí es muy importante que nos tomen en cuenta a nosotros como padres, porque son nuestros hijos los que están ahí y son a los que están educando, y tenemos que saber lo que está pasando en la escuela. Cuando me involucré en esa organización de Padres y Jóvenes Unidos, empezamos a hacer reuniones, a juntar padres y hacer visitas a las escuelas, para las mejores escuelas de aquí de Denver, para ver qué nos gustaba de esas escuelas y implementarlas en la escuela Valdez.
The participatory research that parents conduct is important in their call for reform. And one example of that are the 8th grade graduation requirements at Valdez. It also exposes barriers to reform within DPS that must be challenged. Parents are addressing the urgency for high-performing schools in their own neighborhood, introducing innovation and choice while raising the bar for all neighborhood schools.
You know, the Cherry Creek students, you know, their whole life, they're expected, you know, that they're going to graduate. That's like not even a worry. And then they're going to go to college, that they will, you know. But North students, you know, people more around this area where it's a challenge. Just getting to high school, it's survival for them. Most students were not being challenged at all. They were doing things that elementary kids did, you know. And not only that, you know, but they were being put down. Like, you won't be going to college, don't even worry. Or, you know, college was like not even going through the students' minds. We got new graduation requirements that go hand in hand with the CCHE. So, you know, once you graduate from high school, you qualify to go into a college.
The second leg to the chair is to end the school to jail track.
Recently, Padres&Jovenes Unidos was successful in pushing for the redesign of the discipline policy that disproportionately punished Black and Latino students and forced them out of school and onto the jail track through the overuse of police citations, through the overuse of out-of-school suspensions.
We know that by 3rd grade, if a student is suspended multiple times, they're more likely to drop out. And then if they drop out of high school, it's almost as like a 60% chance that you're going to end up in jail. Prisons look at the same data that we were looking at, and that's how they project. And they're accurate. They're scarily accurate. They build a prison knowing that by the time they finish it, they're going to have the next population of inmates in there.
They've led the way on restorative justice in the Denver Public Schools, and that work has led to a complete rewriting of our discipline policy in the Denver Public Schools that has created one of the most progressive discipline policies in the United States.
And the third leg of the stool is immigrant student rights. And so in realizing immigrant students' rights, we're currently involved in a statewide campaign in a coalition called Higher Education Access Alliance with many, many other wonderful friends and allies to win legislatively the right of undocumented students to attend college.
Por ser honesto, la verdad no estoy satisfecho con el sistema educativo. Nuestra visión es el derecho a aprender y está basado en dos campañas, colegiatura estatal y que nos preparen para ir a la universidad, una educación que nos va a dar éxito, que nos va a hacer que tengamos éxito en la universidad, porque nosotros creemos que la educación es un derecho y no un privilegio. Todos nosotros en Jóvenes Unidos, y pienso que todos los estudiantes quieren ir a la universidad, pero algunas veces los mismos maestros dicen, no, pues tú no vas a ir a la universidad, tú mejor ponte a limpiar baños o ponte a hacer otra cosa. Entonces nosotros estamos luchando por colegiatura estatal para que podamos ir todos a la universidad y una educación justa.
I was just thinking of a story, right? A student was telling me about how she was taking an exam. And while she was taking an exam, she turned around and looked in the classroom. And she found a lot of classmates that were looking around doing the same. And for this one student who was a member of Jóvenes Unidos to look around an entire classroom and see students who don't know what they're doing is an alarm bell. I'm surprised that there isn't more outrage right now. But these are the things that move us.
Pretty much the folks that people nobody expects are going to be organized and move policies. It's mothers and fathers, it's immigrants, it's people who didn't graduate from high school, who maybe have a fifth-year education. And as we are able to pull together, all these people and show them how to move policy, that's tremendous.
We're working on this because of the stereotypes that we see in the community, within our community. It's North kids, criminals and little vandals, and they just seem outside school ditching. But what we need to see is inside the school. Those kids who are there every day, working hard, going to their classrooms.
He aprendido que hay que ser líder, hay que organizar para tener más control, más poder y hacer un gran cambio.
It's time for the adults to get out of the way of the kids and make sure that we're supporting them in the way they need to be supported. And that's something that can't happen without having parents at the table, without having the students themselves at the table.
The more we organize, the stronger we get. The more collective we get in our efforts statewide, I think all things are possible.